I know my volume sucks on this. Something's wrong with my microphones and my headset, or maybe something's not wrong with them. They literally pick up every bit of static and white noise in the back, and it sounds terrible. There's a couple things I just want to talk about. The main thing is you guys need to be checking out Charlie vids, checking out his shit. Charlie does wonderful DD. It needs to be spread and shared. Even if you make it, I'd rather you make videos about it. Just make sure you shout out who the creator is. But spread this shit. It's the biggest issue we're having right now. Everyone's sitting around waiting for the SEC to do shit or some superhero to come in and save the day and not realizing, you're the superhero. You're the one that's got to step in. There's not a whole lot that can be done about this for the simple fact of you don't even need to do like super duper deep dives to find out that there is misconstrued volume on the actual exchanges we're working with. This is yesterday at 2:15. Literally, they wouldn't even allow me to record. I kept trying to record yesterday all day to put shit out there. And for some reason, my laptop doesn't want to record. Just kept getting an error. Even this is a very nice laptop, and it's made for this, for media. So I don't know what was going on, but I don't know. I guess maybe they're watching me too. I don't know. But I want to look at this because there's been some DD, and I think Charlie did some too, talking about 67% of the volume isn't being reported to the exchanges. You don't have to deep dive for that or do any due diligence for that. You literally just need to pay attention to volume candles. That's it. This right here was at 2:15 yesterday. This is 1,000,000 in volume, 1,000,000 in buying pressure. 617, volume's up here. 617, 373. Roughly 1,000,000 in buying pressure. It is damn near equal to this right here, which is a little over 300,000. But it's the same price movement, meaning 33% of this right here is what's being reported on this exchange. But the sell pressure is fully reported and fully reflected. So they're taking orders, they show the volume, they report the volume, but the actual order is being routed off the exchange. 67% of this is missing. Look at these two down here. Look at this volume of buying pressure, and it's equal to this. It's the same. That's ridiculous. The price movement was the same. Yeah, you can argue whether there was selling pressure here or whatever. Yeah, and then there was buying pressure here, and it's the same over here. The wicks are roughly the same. None of that shit matters. This is literally, either way, it's outrageous. That this is 1,000,000, this is a little over 300,000, this is 33% of this, meaning that 67% of this is not on this exchange. Or these candles would be boomed up here. The price would be way higher. It's ridiculous. It's literally right in front of your face. This is what I get pissed off about. It makes me want to go kick in Gary Gensler's door, because you literally don't even have to do any big DD to see that. You can fucking pull Weevil up and boom. It's right in front of your face. And it's not all the candles, it's periodically. I guarantee you I could probably find another one. Let me see something that looks iffy. These ones are kind of close. Let's see. Yeah, those are almost close. These are almost the same if you count the wicks. Yeah, there's different buying pressure, but either way, we can see here. So these three candles, again, about 1,000,000. This is about 1,000,000 worth of buying pressure and volume compared to about 450,000, maybe something like that. But it's almost exactly the same. A portion of this is missing. It's gone. Look at that. That's your volume candle total right there. It's insane. Those ones, yeah, those ones are equal-ish. This is fucking ridiculous. And I've been watching this shit for like weeks now. Weeks. Just looking at volume and trying to figure out, because maybe it's something I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm missing. I'm just not understanding. I don't know. But that does not make sense to me. And then, and then I start seeing videos about, 67% of orders apparently are being routed to dark pools. And then it's like, oh, well, wow. Okay, well, that makes a whole lot more sense now. But, some other things I want to go over because everyone's like, get off Robinhood, which I agree, just because of what they did in January and then what they did with crypto. And I've lost a lot of money because of Robinhood, not processing orders when they should have been, or the system's down, or whatever the fuck. So I only use them for like quick, easy day trades. They are good for that, plus I have a bank card with them, so it's not like I have to really wait for money to clear than to transfer it. So that's the only thing they're good for, in my opinion. I wouldn't trust more than 10% of my total portfolio value of all my brokerages that I use to them. I don't even have that much on their exchange. But either way, it really doesn't matter where you go to, because everyone's like, oh, they're in bed with Citadel, they're in bed with Citadel. Pretty much every brokerage participates in some form of paying for order flow, almost all of them. And Citadel is at the top of the list with pretty much all of them. And this is from February 4th of this year, but still, it's all these guys here. Citadel provides payment for order flow, giving a cash rebate for trade orders being routed to them. From Robinhood, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Webull, y'all's favorite fucking shit, where you're like, get off Robinhood and come here because they go to Citadel. So does Webull. Ally, First Trade, TradeStation, and there's more, but there's really nowhere you can go to. IBKR was one that I used specifically because they didn't do payment for order flow, and they're more of an international exchange, but now they're participating in it too, so I'm sure Citadel is going to be, bidding in there to get their hand and their foot in the door and route orders to them. There's not a whole lot that can be done, man. Like, there is, but there isn't. I mean, it's extremely obvious that buying pressure is like gone. Everyone is sitting on their hands. And I know people get mad when you say, oh, well, yeah, your bigger YouTubers sold off. I mean, they fucking did. They did. If you've been watching them all year, you can see how drastically they themselves, their channels, the things they say have changed since after June 2nd. Completely changed. Either not streaming as much, or over here bitching about wanting transparency but no longer showing positions. That has nothing to do with legalities. As long as you're informing people, you are not a financial advisor. Do not watch what I'm doing and construe it as moves you should be making. You need to be financially responsible for your own money, blah, blah, blah. All that shit, your ass is covered. Every single one of these cats was talking about the manipulation before June 2nd and then briefly after June 2nd. And the only conclusion I can come to is they took profits. They jetted. They took their money. I mean, one of your guys' favorite guys who streams all day didn't have a lot to take. He lost a lot because he was options heavy. That's all he really fucking had was options. He lost a lot of money, but someone swooped in and saved him. Someone came in and snatched him up because of the amount of viewers he had, and provided him with a program to trade for him, and got him a fancy new studio set up, and told him, don't talk about AMC specifically or GME specifically. You need to be talking about other things. We need you to draw attention away from those things. He's had people on his fucking show literally saying, the conspiracies that people have talked about and the manipulation was true. And yes, they can do it. And he still runs around and says, no, they can't. Same dude that told you guys in May and early June and shit that options do directly affect the stock price. Yes, they do. And now all of a sudden he's like, oh, well, no, they don't. They don't. Potentially you could get a gam squeeze, but after, a month ago, oh, you have to have them. They're necessary to move this stock up. Whatever, dude. And as far as, the OG streamer who's got a lot of medical conditions and shit going on and was living in his car at one point. Another guy live on stream who was close to literally said, "Oh, he just messaged me and said he's a millionaire." I would never in a million years fault that man for taking his $1 million and getting the fuck out of town. He was sleeping in his car, and he's a kid. Never seen that much money in his life. Probably never thought he would see that much money in his life. It's easy to say shit like, "Oh, I'm not total. I'm holding to the moon." Blah 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 blah. But you wake up and there's $250,000 in your bank account. And you've never seen that kind of money. Your convictions about your movement change very very quickly, very quickly. And yeah, I think a lot of guys took profit that first day, which is why we dropped all the way down to 30 something. And then a lot of them started putting some back in, and people saw that as a buying opportunity, thought it was going to, flush up again higher than before, and it went back up. And then these guys here started killing the options chain, just rerouting volume, killing the flow of options because they realized they were putting puts in. So were we. Everyone else was starting to leverage for the downside. So they killed that option, and Citadel makes money off of writing contracts and selling them to you. And that is how they're making a shitload of money right now, by people buying options. They're simulating horse shit fucking volume throughout the day, getting people to buy contracts with short expiration dates, and then killing the volume. And that's what they're doing, and just draining your options contracts while they get to take profits, scaring you into selling them early or whatever the case may be, or they're going to expire worthless and they keep the profit. If that's one way they're making liquidity right now. And it blows my mind that there's a guy on here telling you all, Citadel LLC and Citadel Securities aren't the same. Yeah, they are. They're not the exact same type of company, but Ken Griffin owns both of them. He owns both of them. His market cap, Citadel Securities, he's got a debit card to that motherfucker, I promise you. And at the end of the day, with all the profits they make off of selling bullshit contracts right now and manipulating the market, yeah, he can take a bunch of that money, throw it into his hedge fund for liquidity, and keep fucking this shit up. So all these guys out here now scared to lose their money. That's how I know they sold. They're afraid to talk about conspiracy shit and everything, and they're afraid to say manipulation. They're scared to death of Citadel. Scared they're going to get a letter in the mail for anything, because those guys will suck up their money in an instant the moment they say something wrong. I don't give a fuck. Citadel, Ken Griffin can kiss my ass, all of them. I don't give a shit. They're manipulating this fucking stock. They've been doing it for years. Jim Cramer's dumbass just, I guess he didn't realize he was on air 10 years ago, whenever that video was recorded, and he laid out exactly what he did that was illegal but not illegal with his hedge fund to fuck around, manipulate a system, and take profits from it. And that's a lot of what's going on here. A whole lot. So, I don't know. I feel like I should start a stream for the day so you guys at least have someone legitimate you can talk to who knows that this shit is going on, who does real DD and doesn't just look at Ortex and go, "The market's fair, I swear it's fair." Fucking ridiculous, man. I still can't believe, people will be giving super chats to this guy that's already made a bunch of money off of you. And there's a program I know you guys aren't familiar with, but it's a little tiny AI program that YouTubers can purchase, and they load it up with, it's like a preloaded bank card. They load it up with cash for the day, $500,000, something like that, and let it run. And then it watches the chat box, and periodically, based on what's being talked about and blah blah blah, it'll send a random, $5.99 or $29.99 or $100 super chat or whatever with a dumbass question that's literally something that he can't answer. Like, it's always "Oh, I did something with these options, what do I do now?" And something where he can just go, "Oh, well, I'm not a financial advisor, thanks for $100, I can't tell you anything." And then the rest of it's the psychology of selling. You want to be a part of that. It's part of the psychology of selling. It's how it's built, and they use these all the time to get you, excited. "Oh, well, these guys are paying. He's going to respond. He's going to respond to me if I pay him and ask him a question." And it's fucking ridiculous, man. I don't understand how you guys, like, it's very blatant, very obvious, the manipulation going on. There's a bunch of people that have found where a lot of this shit's going, where orders are being routed to, how they're hiding failures to deliver, everything. But you guys are still going to a channel where this guy's telling you that the market's fair. Um, let's not get too crazy with conspiracy theories. Oh yeah, that was just a typo on that price or whatever. Which is it possible? Yeah, but that's a fucking big typo to make. That's a huge typo to make for a stock that's trading in the double digits to fuck around and have a 4-digit typo. That's crazy. And they, oh, they probably meant to put like, 52 something. Really? Like, when it's been getting crushed and crushed and crushed and crushed down and down and down? I don't know. I guess we'll see. But yeah, either way, I do recommend, like I said, getting off Robinhood. Like if you want to keep some cash in there for quick day trades or whatever, because it is easy. It's easy to use, quick to use. Even the mobile app's real easy to use. No big deal, but I would definitely recommend switching to another brokerage just in case, because when the shit goes down, I would not be surprised if Robinhood once again has problems. Citadel has billions of dollars, billions, and I promise you they're going to tell them, man, fuck it, don't even worry about the lawsuit. We got you covered. We'll pay for it. It's probably going to be a couple million, 100 million, maybe somewhere around there. We got it covered. Just cut that fucking buy button off. And we'll see. I did notice somewhere too there was fucking, it was funny. There was a, there was an article from the street. Oh, yeah, there it is. Calling Citadel pain in the neck, and they retracted it. I didn't get to read it. I was pissed. I don't know if someone does have it, but they pulled it. They pulled it from the street, and they pulled it from Newsbreak. And I really want to know what the hell that article was. So if anybody caught it before they got rid of it or has found it anywhere, like, please let me know. I really want to read that. I mean, that's how you know that hey, you're heading in the right direction. You know, it's insane. It's influence in the execution of trades. Yeah, there's a huge influence in its execution of trades. And somebody had that removed immediately. But I mean, you're getting more people coming out with good DD, more people understanding what's really going on. All we really need is one big whistleblower, one real big whistleblower. But still, either way, we're not doing ourselves any favors by combating this. This still is a combatable thing. We've already proven that when we were in the upper 50s, and they kept trying to shove it down, shove it down, shove it down, keep it under 60, and we kept getting to pop back up close to it because people were still buying. And somewhere along the way, I don't know, morale just disappeared, or I don't know. Maybe people ran out of money, I'm sure, because a lot of these big guys fucking took their profits, headed for the hills, in my opinion, since I can't technically, I mean, I could, but I'm not going to do that because it would be illegal. But I don't know what their brokerage fucking monthly statement says, so maybe they didn't. But we're getting right back down to where we were before we ripped up, so I would assume that these guys did pull the majority of their profits. Maybe not, could be wrong, but I doubt that I am. I've seen $250,000 in my life. I know what it does to people. I know how quick it could change a 20-something-year-old's mind and immediately just run for the hills with their money, especially $1 million. Be gone in an instant. Thanks, guys. Thanks for pumping this up for me, listening to me, and making me rich. But yeah, like I said, the one guy in general who was here before anyone, I really don't care if he did that. He was very transparent with a lot of his shit, bought a lot of shares in front of people's faces, and I'm talking a lot. And I mean, he was in this and in it, and I'm sure he still is to some degree, but it would have been nice for, these guys to stick around. Some of the bigger money to not take all their shit since, they convinced a lot of other people to get in around the $10 mark or $10 to $14 mark and help push it up and help talk about it and spread the word. And then, you're sitting here watching your shit dwindle. It sucks, I know it. But that's the way it goes. At least they haven't covered. They have not. There's all kinds of fucking info out there that proves they have shorted the stock over 130, over like around 140%. It's probably more than that. So the entire stock and then some has been shorted, yet that we own well over 80. I hope, again, who knows, because that was before June. That was before, people probably got rid of some of that shit. So, but either way, even if they did then, there were so many people still buying that we should still own the vast majority of that. And you can look at like Fidelity and other brokerages, they'll show you the buy pressure like on their exchanges, the orders that were put through, and still the vast majority of orders is green, like by a lot. 70 to 75% are buy orders. But somehow this price is still being pushed down. I don't know. Maybe we do get to kick some doors in, man. I do know that we got to start being loud about this. Like, people can't just sit here sulking in their fucking room and crying about it. People need to be loud. You need to, I don't give a shit. Call fucking Citadel. Email Citadel. Call the SEC. Whatever. Just people need to start raising hell about this because it's blatant. It's fucking obvious. And something needs to be done about it. Like now, something needs to be done. It's fucking ridiculous. Like ridiculous watching this shit. There should be no attention elsewhere by the SEC at all. There should not be. Like they were already had their eyes set on Citadel and what happened in January and all that. It's still fucking happening. Like it's still going on. So I don't know. Hopefully this video comes in clear with my voice because my microphone, like I said, is not. It's just picking up white noise that I don't even hear. It sounds terrible. So, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the volume candles where you can see that 33% of selling pressure is, 33% of a million in buy pressure is the sell pressure equals the same amount, which is fucking ridiculous, like the same price movement. So there's your 6-7% that's just missing, gone, being put off. It's reported here, volumes reported here, but the actual orders kicked off to a dark pool somewhere. So, all right, hopefully Charlie comes out with something new here because I need to know some more. Again, go subscribe to Charlie. I don't even care if you subscribe to me or not, but Charlie's vids, fucking check him out. Boy does some hella good work. And he should get paid for it. He really should. Like he does real shit. Informative shit. Trying to answer questions people have about this. Instead of sitting there lying and, thanks for the super chat, but I can't answer that question. Oh, manipulation's not real. I mean, to some degree it's real, but, ooh, my algorithm shorting the Russell 2000. Oh, I'm losing money. AMC's in the Russell 2000, guys. Yeah, and your homeboy on air told you guys last Thursday that his algorithmic program now, which is where all his money is, it's not on Webull, which is why I can't show you his positions. There are none, other than the fucking free stocks he gets from you guys using his referral link, giving him more money. Either way, yeah, that cat straight up told you guys on air that his program is shorting the Russell 2000, which has AMC in it. A lot of it. Your homeboy is literally helping the hedge funds out while you guys are watching your accounts bleed. And you're still paying him and still watching him. So, whatever. No, I'm not going back through and you can go look at it. Go watch his live stream from Thursday last fucking week. I'm not going back to sift through. I don't remember what time it was. I lost my shit when I heard him say it. And I have not watched him since. And he did shit that pissed me off before June 2nd. But I still popped in to see what people were saying and what he was saying, because I like to evaluate people that I have faith in at one point and see if they're doing anything to break that faith, which he has done time and time again. So I'm out of here. Hope you guys have a good evening. And let's get ready for tomorrow. I think some earnings reports are coming out tonight, I believe. I don't know. I double check. But hopefully we're going to have a good end of this week. Later, guys.